welcome yet again to another episode of Women in Business. We're always delighted to have you. Now, we have had an awesome journey this year, 2024. We have met amazing women. We have had inspiring stories. And now we're turning it a notch higher. We want to find out exactly what is happening. Is there mentorship? Are these women in business, are they satisfied? Are they happy? Are they sleeping hungry? Are they saving? Are they spending everything that they want? Sometimes we bring you these stories so that you can as well understand, see things in a different perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. This is Women in Business. I'm Kem Chadorin, Women in Business on Smart 24 TV. Now, we are in a restaurant. This lady has had 17 years restaurant catering business. 17 whole years. And she's going to tell you exactly what it takes. We're delighted to be in Bunga. We have an amazing young woman that started off at 23 years. And now she is well into 17 years. Welcome. We have Madam Brenda Nachibuka Nyeko. She's the proprietor of Grandma's Kitchen, which is in Bunga. And she's been doing this for a while. But I also love the fact that she has a story. She is a very disciplined, very financially disciplined. Delighted to have you.
Thank you, Doreen.
Brenda, when we started off and we were talking about these different things, we were just like, you know what, well, let's have a conversation where we're just talking women stuff. Women in business, not hiding, not putting it, presenting as if everything is okay. You have like 100 million. We want to find out bottom line because we are talkers as women, but we also want to inspire ourselves. Yes? How did this journey even start? You started off in IT, now you are in catering. Did you copy from someone? How did this start? How did it start?
Yeah, thank you, Doreen. Brenda is my name, and the company is Grandma's Kitchen Limited, where we are offering catering services since 2006. Yeah, in 2006, I was a data entrant at Multiplex, and yes, someone happened to leave the kiosk at Multiplex. And then the members in my department said, Brenda, why don't you go and ask for that kiosk? And you start operating there. I took on the owner to go and ask for the kiosk, and I was granted the permission. So when I went to my bosses, they were like, everyone has tried and failed. Do you think you will manage? I said, yes, let me give it a try. So I would jump from office to the kiosk, do my since I was operating from office, it was easy for me because at least my bosses knew it belonged to me, and I had to work there alongside doing my office work.
So you did not get any other person to sit in the kiosk?
Later on, I had to get people to start operating there. Yes.
That's how it started?
That's how it
But
started.
Why did they come to you, particularly Brenda, and not anyone else?
You know, sometimes I would come to office. I come with my sumbis, then I'm in my suit, my high heels. Yes. But I start moving around office, asking who wants this, who wants this. So maybe someone spotted I had the interest and love for maybe, doing such a business. And then they had to select and say, Brenda, why don't you try it on? And then that's how I came in.
But you had never, in your mind, catering, you had never thought of it?
No.
You have your mother is not into catering, no Jaja in catering, no one.
No.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So
it went on. I started selling food. I was selling food at 500 shillings. What food?
Food.
What food?
And,
in the kiosk?
Yes.
What food is that for 500?
Like
500 a plate?
Food. Yes, a plate of food. I would sell. I would get my small containers, and this time, I do not know so many people around town. The only person I knew was actually in Chikubo, and I'm operating from Nakasero Road. Yeah. So after doing my work, I would go to the kiosk. I prepare a few meals, then I pack my containers. Then I slope down. I would either get a boarder down to Chikubo, or I would walk to Chikubo. Yeah. So
but
along
500?
the way, 500 shillings. So along the way, there was a close other company called Bayport, and there was a guy in Bayport who asked me that, can you give me a free meal? And then I'll be getting for you orders from our office. And then by evening, I collect for you the money, and then you'll be finding money. So at this point, I increased my food to 1,000 shillings. This guy would get me clients from his office, and then I would find ready money in the evening. So I used that chance to increase the price. And then 2007, I moved a little bit to World Vision. Yeah, I started also moving around World Vision. I also moved to housing finance in the other corner. And someone from World Vision connected me to National Drug Authority. And from National Drug Authority, someone connected me to National Drug Quality in Mulago. And then someone from National Drug Authority connected me to Garden City Standard Chartered Bank.
First wait,
Yes.
you're rushing us. You're rushing us. You don't have to be rushed. First, what was in this car container? I know people want to know. What was in this car container
The
of
container
500?
would have all food and sauce.
What do you mean all food?
Like you have matoke, you have your rice, you have your sweet potato, you have cassava or anything.
And what?
then I would put some greens, some salad, and I would cover and move on.
With beans, groundnuts, and meat?
With meat.
Shit. Where were you
at,
getting all this food?
From Nakasero. I've been shopping in Nakasero since then.
For 500?
Yes.
This is 2000 what?
2006.
2006.
Yes.
500?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so they kept moving you on.
Yeah, they kept moving
referrals.
on. Maybe I was doing something different, I also don't know. And when I went to Garden City, actually from World Vision, I increased to 2,500.
Yeah.
National Drug Authority, I had moved to 350 to 35.
3,500.
Yes, when we added Garden City, I still maintained the 3,500, but at some point I increased to 5,000.
But how now were you balancing? Because you were still taking. You had your job.
Yeah, I had.
And now you were taking. Like how many clients in total did you have now?
The numbers went on growing.
Yeah.
Yes, like I also kept on increasing the number of workers.
Oh, now you had some workers.
Yes, yes. So I would move out of office. I gave myself 2 hours to be in office. I was so fast in my job. I think I was the fastest data entrant in my department. Like a whole day's work, me, I would do it in 2 hours. So I programmed myself to, come to office for 2 hours, jump out and go and concentrate. Because at some point I had to go around, look for orders. I come to your office, I ask what do you want to eat.
Yeah.
Then I would write. Then I go back. Do I have everything that I have quoted? Then I would, if I don't have, I have to find it because it is the order my client wants.
Yeah.
Yes. So we went on like that. Until the numbers went on growing. Whichever, for example, when housing finance went to Kololo, where they opened up in Kololo, we were still with them. We were the first caterers because we moved with them. And
you were still taking for them in containers?
No, we have advanced a little bit. We are not using containers.
Buffet.
We are using foil.
Oh, the tin foil.
Yes. And then we get the Bank of Uganda staff in auditing housing finance. So they also liked us and liked our services. So they said you should come to Bank of Uganda as well. So for me, I knew Bank of Uganda from the ground floor to the top. And I knew everything everyone ate. Like they didn't need to, like if I had a holiday, they would say, I remember when I would give myself some holiday, and then they at some point had to say, Brenda, when you come back, we shall eat.
But first wait, like how many now, you're now also with Bank of Uganda, like how many clients now were you serving?
I had over 20 companies I was working to.
Like how many clients were you serving?
Over 150 a day.
Who was cooking this food?
I had a team of about 20 workers at this point.
And you were giving them per day?
Yes, every day.
And they were sourced from inside town?
Yes, all in town. But the numbers kept on growing, growing, and it was amazing. Yeah, but the mountains were so many, the hills.
So many.
Yes.
The more you grew, the more challenges you got.
Yes, and at some point I would feel, yes, now I have grown.
Yeah.
And I would say now I cannot operate from the places where I was. I wanted to jump into bigger places, and it was a very bitter experience.
Why?
Like, for example, I remember when I was renting, I had a Kauden kiosk somewhere.
Yeah.
And my rent was 120,000, inclusive of everything.
Yeah.
When I jump out of this, I went to a place where I'm paying 3 million per month.
Where?
Stakeout. You know,
wow.
you know how you move in, and because you think this place has a name, you can brand yourself in someone else's name.
Yeah.
And it was a blow.
It was bad.
Very bad. I think it was it was a step to our downfall. Like, we did not rise for 5 years.
At all.
At all.
Every money you got was actually going into rent.
No, but actually we had gotten this money.
Yeah.
At some point we managed to win contracts. In 2012, I registered with PPDA. After vending there, So they say, someone just told me, you know, Brenda, register because they are going to change the system. So I changed, and 2013 I was called as the best bidder. There was a job of 100 judges for 10 days. Yeah, so I got a call.
Yeah.
I was scared. I mean, my Kauden thing.
And you're shocked.
Actually, when these guys reached here, the lady, I remember that the lady just held her head and said, "We are finished. We have lost our jobs." They couldn't believe the person they had come to see.
Yeah.
And
they have to come
saw,
and visit.
because they had to come and vet the best
hygiene
bidder.
and everything.
Yes, everything. They were shocked.
Yeah.
So I talked to them.
Where was that wooden kiosk? First tell me so that
Now
we can
at
visualize
this point, I have changed to National Farmers Federation. Because there was a Kauden kiosk for the Askari. I bought it off, and then I started using this kiosk. So that is where I am gotten.
But Kumbe, you have over 100, buyers. But
Yes,
you are based
no one
in your...
knows where
No
I am
one knows
coming
because you
from.
just pack your tin foil very
And then,
nicely. Your food is hot.
And I am smart.
And you're smart.
Yes.
Did you already have, like, uniforms?
No, but I was always, because I was doing office work, I would go to anyone's office when I am smart.
Yeah.
I would have my handbag, my notebooks, so everyone would assume everything was well. Yes.
Kumbe, you're in a shock.
So these guys gave us we convinced them. I told them I would do the work. Yeah. Actually, at this point, I don't even have anything. I have some things, but of everything that I had, they didn't need anything. And then they trusted me. From what I had told them, they trusted me and gave me this job. Then what I did,
you got a place.
No, they said, you're not going to prepare food from here, you're going to prepare it at LDC. So they gave me a kitchen, and I shopped and filled. Everything was good, everything was nice. We did that job, they were impressed, they were happy. Yeah, and after a month, this was a job of 25 million, payment went through. And because for me, what I did at this job, I bought things that I needed.
So
I borrowed the money. I borrowed over 15 million.
Yeah.
And all I needed from this job was assets, which some of them I still have even up to today.
Which ones? Like the serving
tables,
dishes?
Because they told me to get 10-seater tables. I didn't make the round ones. I made serving tables. So I would add to 2.
Yeah.
Yes. So they told me they wanted white plates, white side plates, white cups. Everything they needed was white.
Yeah.
I bought everything. We bought the warmers. So after this job, I had a start. Yes.
And the money that you were paid, you were able to pay off your...
All the money I was paid. I didn't remain with anything, but I had the assets.
So your big break came from that job, from that one job.
Yes.
Do you think you've been lucky? Do you think like you've been lucky, or...
I think so.
Or it is just your work ethic?
I think I have been lucky. Yeah, I've been lucky, and I don't know, but maybe I work different.
How do you think you work?
I don't know how you approach your clients, how you talk to them, how you interpret yourself. Yeah, like you can produce beyond yourself. Now
I'm just imagining, because we all know these office things. So let's have a role play. Imagine you have just phoned me. I'm on my laptop. What I'm very busy. Basically, how do you approach me? I'm not even giving you, because some of these corporate people in those offices, like, they will not even, what can I do for you? How do you even approach me at this time? I'm taking my own tea.
At some point, I would identify one person. I talk to that person. Then I would request that person to move me to her friends, her immediate friends. Yeah. Then I would let my product speak for itself. Yes.
Oh. But you'd bring it hot.
Yes.
In the tin foil.
Yes.
You started off in the containers, and then after that you branched off.
Yes. So I got scattered in all the banks. Yeah. How? Because like when the Bank of Uganda staff were auditing other banks, and they told me to supply them. Yeah. Some of the banks would also pick an interest from that point. Yeah. Yes.
So that has been a journey.
Yes.
17 years.
Yes.
17 whole years.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This was not even your initial dream.
No.
It wasn't.
No.
You recently got married.
Yes.
5 years ago. You've been serving others, doing catering, taking people. You even forgot about your own life, or you were just passionate, and marriage did not seem to be one of those things, because this is something that in which very many businesswomen, some businesswomen, not all, struggle. Yeah. And sometimes when they do get, maybe they see that, the clock, the body clock is ticking, and you know how it is, eh? Yes. Your auntie, your mother begins telling you, my dear, what are you up to? Eh? That's how they start those questions. What are you up to? Fetetulia kumpombo tetu. That's how they start. Yes. Eh? Then after that, they bring the question, no children, you're growing older, what? So as for you, estimatedly, you were around like 35 by the time you got, that was a little bit late for the average Ugandan woman. How did you two meet with your husband?
Actually, we used to work in the same company, but we were not friends.
Okay.
We were not immediate friends, like like I have known you.
Yeah.
We have, we moved.
But you were high.
I was
quiet.
I wasn't so quiet, but I was approachable, and But in 2020, because I did tell you, like 2013 we got that job, which we did very well, and 2014 we got another job from UMI, where we had to supply the graduation ceremony of UMI. So when we won this job as well, I remember it was 19 million plus for one day. Wow. So at the organization where I was working,
you were still now working?
In my Kauden space.
But you were still at Multiplex, at the job?
No, now I have resigned and
you're now full-time.
Now I'm full-time. So when I was here, I win another contract with UMI, and when the people of the organization got, I had messed up the whole place. I had over 30 people at the premises. Imagine, like...
With uniforms?
No. Yeah, because we were set for the job, so we had to be in uniform. And after the job, they were like, no, Brenda, even the water you're going to use for one day is not worth the rent you're paying. Yeah. So they gave me a notice to move on. That is how I went to stake out. Oh. Yes. So when I moved to stake out, I had to go and meet this Indian guy. Yeah. So in the process, I looked for someone to push me to the Indian guy. So I talked to my now husband to escort me to the Indian guy, because I thought maybe the Indian guy would believe in me, thinking I have another person on the side. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So when I went, we bargained with the Indian guy. He helped me. So the Indian guy told us to pay 3 million per month. And because we were yearning and we had the money, we thought that was it all. Yeah. So we got the money. We went and paid 9 million. All the savings that we had secured in this job. Yeah. So after paying the 9 million, I shopped. I had stock. The whole store was full, and we thought we had reached.
You had arrived.
Yes, and this was the beginning of our downfall.
How?
Yeah, how? Stakeout was already a dead place. everything was dead. Actually, after 3 days, there was no water in the tanks. I bought a bicycle. We would now go and fetch water from Seka side down there, those flowing waters. And then other times we would buy from neighbors. It was hard, it was tough. So I had a team of over 20 workers, and it was a messy team. They were a group of people who would take anything. So we almost shared, they almost took like 3/4 of the stock that I had kept. Remember, I have invested all my savings. So time comes, it is now done. Then at this point, we got a company that was giving us a job, and the job was 89 million. It was in Ginger. We shopped, we got money. I got 10 million from a money lender and invested in this job. Remember, now I have the space, I have everything. So I stocked also for this job after like a few weeks in the space. So when I stock, I organized my team, and then we were ready to set off for the job. And then I told the lady, "You're not giving us confirmation. What's happening?" She told me, "Brenda, you know what? Leave that job. I'll get you another job." At this point, I have invested my
10 million.
and 10 million plus. And then I had to start paying off the money lender, because all now has become history. That job is not going to pass through, and you have to move on. I had my small contracts. I tried to push with the food that I had bought. Some of the things
got spoiled.
Most of the things were taken by the workers, and
But weren't you keeping them like somewhere?
We have a store, but just even when you walked outside and you left, say, 10 packets of flour here, you can come back and they are 5.
Oh, they just do very quickly.
Very quickly. So when the losses kept piling, I did not want to give up at this time. So I had to go to another money lender and get 4 million. Meanwhile, I'm financing this 10 every month. I have to take back. Actually, I paid him off after 4 years. So I gave back 52 from 10. And then I got another 8 million. 4 million from another money lender, and that one I gave back 18. But still things were not working out here. Where I first was working at National Farmers, we had a circle. I got 16 million from the circle. 16? Yes. But this circle is supposed to end. It's supposed to end every year. So I had to go to the bank and get 10 million. At least I cover up the circle, because the circle has to end. So what you were doing was literally getting money from here to finance this one. Then you get money to finance this one, to finance. Oh my goodness. But I am not giving up. At this time, I am even sleeping at job. I think I left my house for more than a year.
When you say you left your house, that is now...
My house is closed, but I'm paying rent. But I can't afford to use, transport to go back home.
Home is where?
To sleep. Natete. I used to reside in Natete.
So you decided, now let me sleep in the business.
Yes, so I would sleep at takeout. I make sure by midnight I am already, I would sleep for I think 2 hours. I am awake by midnight, because I have to make sure I have product by 7 a.m. to take to the streets, to take to offices, so that I get what to use.
What product is this?
We used to make like pancakes, mandazi, chapati, It was a lot.
How many were you? But you first way. Like how many were you?
At this point, I have a team of more than 10 people that have to move around to deliver the
pancakes for tea.
Yes, as another team is preparing lunch. But what is missing for lunch, I have to make sure I get money from these ones that have gone first to the food, and then I come back. Because remember, all your clients are not paying you up front. You have monthly, you have even more than a month. Yes, and these are contracts where you're not expecting. So I had to,
First, wait. We need to take a short break. This is just, this is like a movie. Yes. This is like a movie. It's your movie, right? Yes. So we have to catch up. We are stopping you. We are trying to get all this stuff in together. It's too much. It's too much. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back after this message.